Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to CraftWorld Live. I'm really excited to have you here today because I have the lovely Christina Griffiths joining me and we are launching her new collection. Let me just sort out the settings on my computer so you're not pinging at me all the time. So it is Friday. We are into December already. Have you had enough of Christmas yet? I know I have. We have got the most beautiful, beautiful collection from Card Making Magic, just launched this week. This is your first look at it on CraftStash, and we have giveaways. Okay, we have 3 of you who are watching now. All you need to do is comment and you're going to be able to win some beautiful products that I'm going to be showing you today, as is Christina. Now, Christina is in the background all of the time. Shall we pop and say hello to her straight away? So, good afternoon, Christina.
Good afternoon.
It really is here as well, but we have got something beautiful to take you away from the snow and the rain and the hail, because we've got the most beautiful florals and butterflies, haven't we?
We certainly have, yes.
Absolutely.
Make beautiful cards with them.
It's gorgeous. So we're talking about charming channels today. I've got the product here. I'll come and have a little look through it, and then we'll come and find out what the inspiration was behind this, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, lovely. We'll be back with
fine.
you in just a moment. So let's have a look. Come down on my craft desk now. We have got, this is just absolutely stunning page. You're going to be able to have a chance of winning this. Now, we have gorgeous, gorgeous daisies. Charming channels. I'll let Christina explain it in more detail, but look at the size of these dies. The packaging never does dies justice, does it? I'll say hello to some of you in a moment who are just commenting. We really want to get straight into chatting with Christina about the inspiration behind this collection and get into her demonstrations as quickly as possible. But I will say hello in just a moment to all of you. Gorgeous, gorgeous daisies. We've got borders. So this is presumably like, this will cut into your card, but the whole thing won't come out. I'll let Christina. We have the die sets are $14.99. Fantastic price. We've got a lot in there. If you imagine that one channel I showed you, how large that is, and you're getting all of these other elements. The stamp sets with the beautiful verses and the images, they are $8.99. But if you buy the 2 together, you are getting those for just $19.99. And not only that, when I show you the other 3 collections here, if you buy any 2 stamp sets, now these are used, as you can see. I absolutely love the designs. These are the Versus stamp sets. You can choose either one of those. We'll look at them in more detail in a little while. I just need to quickly show you. We also have the rose, the rambling rose there, the stamp and the die set. Again, these are large dies. We have the snowdrops, which are stunning, so beautiful and perfect for so many occasions. And then we also have the beautiful butterflies as well. So you've got that channel in there. Again, Christine will show you that in a moment. And then we've got the stamp set too. So let's come back to Christina and just... So, Christina, what was the inspiration behind this whole collection? How did it come about?
Well, adding a channel to a card obviously makes it look a lot different. And some people just get stuck with the idea. So if you've got something that cuts it out for you, you can then decide which way around you want that channel to be. And in some of my samples, I've done it in all different directions. And you can make the card, the back into the channel in any kind of finish, glitter card, mirror card. You can do a watercolor background or an inking background. You can really make some difference to your cards.
Wow, they are,
and of course,
stunning.
Yeah, and of course the whole thing was to extend the collection so that everything will work with everything else in all the collections.
Absolutely. So have you got a particular favourite past collection that you could bring this into? Can you think off the top of your head one that maybe if people have bought before they could use this with?
Yeah, you can use it with any of the circle collections. You can use it with anything really. You can make a complete focal point with an oval circle, I nearly said then, an oval shape. Stamp one of the designs on it or die cut one of the designs on it and make it a focal point to your card.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I can imagine these being used with a gift box on the top there as well. If you put some acetate behind or something's a little peek through, I think they'd look really pretty. Now, you and I have to do a shout out to Pauline Hickey, who has been demonstrating these recently this week. She's done an absolutely amazing job, hasn't she? I'm sure you're proud of her.
She has. Yeah, and saying it was her first time on, was it Friday?
Where are we now?
Wednesday she was on. Yeah, she was very confident, very sure in what she was doing, and her samples were beautiful. So thank you to Pauline for helping out there. It was really kind of her.
Absolutely gorgeous. But we get to see you demonstrate today, which we will get into very soon. Let's say hello to a few people while I'm a few more. We've got Marlene Whitehead. Hello, Michaela Hearn. I know you watch every week, as does Linda Daffy. Hello to all of you. Terry Kelly. We've got a lot of new names tuning in as well, or certainly ones that I've not noticed before. So if you are brand new to CraftWorld, what we always do on a Friday afternoon, 12:30, we have a brand new launch. Now, today is Card Making Magic with Christina, and we always have giveaways as well. So, Christina, I'll see if I can get you naming some of these giveaways as well towards the end, some of the winners, because we do mention them at the end of the hour. All you need to do is be commenting on YouTube, on Facebook, or on CraftWorld, wherever you're watching from. I have the lovely Maria in the wings. She's actually the other end of the country to me, as are you, Christina. But the three of us are like in a triangle working together, and Chris and Maria will be picking out the winners completely randomly, sending them through to me by the end of the hour. So, Christina, I'm going to get straight into one of your demonstrations, if that's okay with these, and then we'll come back and look at them in more detail. Lovely.
Okay.
We'll come back to you in a short while.
Okay.
Absolutely stunning. I'm sure you'll love it. Only about 10 minutes long, but so much inspiration. And we'll be back to see these products in much more.
Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So today I'm here with the new die sets and the stamps from Card Making Magic. And these are called Charming Channels, and they will introduce into your cards beautiful channels to make your set of stamps and the dies. Now the others are all dies and stamps that match, and you have a lovely verse in the middle of them all. So I'm going to show you how I've used the rose first in my cards. So for my colour scheme, I have a beautiful pale blue and white, and I've just folded my A4 card, take one of my blue pieces, and I'm going to create a mat that will sit on the front of that, and then from my white card I'm going to create another mat that will sit on there. So I've cut each of these pieces twice. One is going to go on the front, the other one is going to be stamped with the verse and one of the roses, and that will go inside the card. So let's work on this piece first. So with this little border die, we're going to place it on the edge of the white card. Now if you look, it's got a cutting line and a stitched line, so make sure that the cutting line is on the outside edge, and we're going to fasten that in place and run that through the machine. Now once you've done that, you can remove the die, and you're going to place this again on the other side. So again, make sure that the cutting edge is on the outside and that you have that lined up to the edge of the card. Now once we have the edges done, I'm going to place this into a stamp positioner, and I'm going to put those magnets on the end. So I'm going to take the verse from the set and I'm going to place that in the middle, and then I'm going to take this little corner rose and I'm going to sit that just down there. So we'll pick this up now with the lid and we'll stamp that into position. Now the beauty of a stamp positioner is if you want it darker or you haven't stamped it properly, you can just re-ink it and place it back onto your card, and that will just make everything perfect then for your design. So we're going to colour this in. So once I've got that stamped, I'm going to take 2 shades of green and I'm going to very quickly very easily colour in these leaves. So I'm just using the darker green at the bottom. Now you can watercolour yours if you want, you can use coloured pencils. I'm just using alcohol markers because those are what I've got on hand. So we'll just quickly colour that in around the bottom. Look where the other leaves are. So I'm only colouring part of the leaf in at the moment. And we'll colour this in along here. And this leaf there. Now once you've got the darker shade in, take your paler shade and just go completely to the outside edge of the leaf, and that will give your leaf a blended shade and make it stand out. So there we've now got two-tone leaves with just 2 pens. So let's make our roses yellow. So we're going to start with the darkest yellow, and we're staying close to the petals, and we're just going to mark in the shade on the lowest part of the petal, the part that would be hidden by other petals over the top of it. And we'll do the centre in the centre dark. So if you look at the stamp, you've got lines on it that indicate where the shadow would be. So that's all you're doing, is just filling in that little bit. Now with your next shade, you're going to extend that just a little bit further and blend it in as best you can. So now with the lightest pen, I'm taking the rest of the colour all the way to the edge of the petals. And there's your flower coloured in with just 3 shades of yellow and 2 shades of green, and yet you have a really pretty coloured flower. So once you've done that, you can add this to your blue layer and add it to the centre of your card when your glue works. Okay, so now we'll do the front. So there's one layer and this is another. So for this layer I'm taking the stencil and I'm just going to clip it in place on that card. I'm not covering up the actual flowers. Now I need some brushes and I'm going to colour those flowers in yellow and green leaves. So the ones I'm using are fossilised amber and scattered straw. So I'm going to go into the middle of the flowers with the darkest colour, and we'll just dot it in there like so. So you don't have to be a great artist to do this, you just dotting the ink into your flowers. And this yellow blends really nicely with the pale blue. So once you've done that, take your palest colour and you're going to spread the ink out now to the rest of the flower. Try not to touch the leaves. If you need to, you can mask the leaves off, but I'm just going to wing it. Now once you've done that, you need to do exactly the same with the greening. So we'll just put the forest moss at the bottom of the leaves. And then we'll go in with the other one to the edge of the leaf. And once you've done that, remove your clips or your tape, and there you've got your beautiful flowers. Now don't forget to clean off your stencil before you put this away. So if you make sure that these all fit together, and they're going to fit on your card there, you're going to take the channel die and you're going to place it at the bottom, so that you've just got a little border around the bottom edge, and I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine. Now with the channel cut in there, I'm going to add this with some foam tape to my card, and I'm going to place little dots of adhesive, little foam pads in there just to hold these strategic places together. So you're going to cut several of your leaf dies out ready for your card, and all you're going to do is just the same shade of green as you used on the inside flower, and you're just going to do the leaf at the bottom. Now should you want your leaves to face the other way, then all you're going to do is flip it over and colour the other side, and nobody will know any different. And then take your paler green right the way to the edge. So from the stamp set we're going to stamp the largest rows. So we'll pick this up with the lid and we'll just stamp it in black ink. Now that will cut out with the die and will be a perfect fit. So there's the die that goes on top of it, and that will cut out beautifully for you. So once you've stamped it, replace any little bits that have come out of the die cut, and then before you remove it, you're just going to put some foam pads on the back to hold those in place. So there it is now, die cut from the stamped image, and I've kept all the pieces in place, and now I'm just going to colour that the same as I did the flower inside. So I've added birthday wishes to my card. I'm going to put my flowers in along here, just in a dry run, and I'm going to bend this flower the other way so that it goes that way around. We'll put the little bud down there and we'll slot the leaves in as and where we would like them. Now once I've done all this, I'm going to add some glossy accents to the flower. So I think that's quite nice. We'll add those in now with some foam pads. So there it is with the glossy accents applied. Keep it flat and keep it away from everything else so that it dries, and once it's dried you will have flowers on it that will glisten like this. Really, really pretty. So for this card I've used the Rambling Rose channel and the stamps and the stencil, and these are from the new channel dies that are available at CraftStash. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Beautiful was that. Do you know what? Christina manages in one card to show us die cutting techniques and colouring techniques and stenciling techniques. I mean, clipping the mask or the stencil with those little bulldog clips. It's just genius, because I've always struggled with the tape and things like that. So I'll definitely be using that tip in future. So that's just one demonstration from Christina. Now we're aware there were some issues with the connections earlier, so we have had to say goodbye to Christina just to make sure that you can all see her demonstrations clearly, which is really sad. So keep an eye on the Facebook page, because we'll try and get a little interview with Christina in there so we can chat more about where the inspiration for this collection has come from. But talking of the collection, would you like to see everything? I'm sure you would. Let's have a little look down on my craft desk. So you can see all of these. I'll do some more hellos in a moment. There were some questions coming through, so I'll try and answer some of those as well. So Christina was using the roses, so we'll look at those in a moment. Let's have a look at the daisies. Now, just as with all of them, the daisies are huge. They are so big. They are absolutely gorgeous. I adore these. You can see the size of them. So that is the channel. That's the charming channel with the delightful daisy. And then we have the outline as well. So you can mat and layer. You can cut that out if you want to. Or you can just cut this straight into your card. Now, actually, I'm going to show you inside here as well. Show you everything else in here. There's lots. Look at the size of these beautiful daisies. Now there's always videos and images on the product pages over at craftstash.co.uk, so make sure you do check those out for even more inspiration. If you need any more, that demonstration is really enough to make you want to have a play with these dies. So that's one die set. They're the delightful daisies. Along with that, you can purchase the stamp set as well. Now this also has the gorgeous daisies in it. It has a beautiful sentiment. This is just the most fun sentiment I've ever seen. I'll read it out for you. Advice from a daisy. Brighten someone's day, radiate beauty, spread cheer, be open, find room to grow, keep a sunny outlook, live with joy. How beautiful is that? And do you know what I love about this? This is one solid stamp here, so you can stamp this all together, the most beautiful verse for inside your cards. But alternatively, you could mask these lines off and just use one line or two lines, whatever you need to as well. We also have, of course, the vertical happy birthday, thinking of you, celebrate your day, and for someone special. So this together is $19.99, which is a fantastic price considering all of that metal you're getting with the die set and the stamp set. If you wanted to purchase just one of the die sets on their own, they're $14.99, and just a stamp set on their own, they're $8.99. Buying the two will be $19.99. So you can see where the value is, can't you? Two of these at $19.99 each, two bundles. Pop them into your basket. When you get over to checkout, you're going to have a drop-down box come through. You're going to be able to choose from one of these previous stamp sets completely free. Okay, gorgeous Christmas sentiments there. They are beautiful. Christina just chooses her sentiments so perfectly. Things like a lot more sparkle, a little less stress. This Christmas I wish you the very best. A gift for someone so dear. Much love and best wishes for the coming year. These are just so beautiful, and of course with each of them you do get additional icons to stamp too. So they're your choice. That is your offer today. You get the bundle price, which is $19.99 anyway for a stamp and die set, and then you get, when you buy two, you get the option of buying or getting for free a stamp set there as well. So the sentiment, the main verse in here is, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve beauty. I think that can really relate to so many occasions. And let's have a look at the size of this. This is gorgeous. Imagine if you're doing your 6x6 cards. Let me just measure this for you actually. I believe, yes, I thought it would be 6 inches tall by around 2.5 inches wide. So if you want to leave a little channel, you'd probably allow 3 inches there. A couple of these are going to fit perfectly on your 6x6 cards, completely side by side together. You can be creating a full panel with these. They are beautiful. And then you have all of the additional elements as well. So you've got things like, let's take these out. I love that I can have a play on a Friday. So we've got things like the butterflies there. Look at the detail in that. Isn't it stunning? We've also got the scallop border as well. And then we've got the beautiful flourish. So let's pop this away. One more to look at. And I have to admit, I think the next one is possibly my favourite of the 4 designs here. The snowdrops. They are gorgeous. So stunning snowdrops. That's exactly what it's called. And you know what? I think that is so right. So we've got stunning snowdrops. So brand new, like I say, for those of us who channels collection from Christina Griffiths, we have 4 amazing designs, stamp and die bundles, but you can buy everything available individually. There is that stencil as well. I've not managed to get my hands on it. It's been so popular already, but there is that gorgeous large stencil that Christina was using in her last video as well. So the snowdrops, as you can see here, are a beautiful outline die as well, a really good size, the same size, 6 inches tall. You get all of the, we've got a lot of tips from Christina's video just now about colouring. If you did miss that, if you're just joining us, hello and welcome. We are CraftWorld Live and we are showing you this brand new collection, but if you do watch back later, you can watch back at CraftWorld, you can watch back on the Facebook page, or absolutely go. So we've got the bundles there, we've got the free gift for you when you're buying 2 of the stamp set and bundles, stamp and die set bundles. But now a deal of the day runs every day. It changes every day, every 24 hours. It runs 7 days a week. This day, on a Friday, I get to actually tell you all of full lanterns. They are stunning. Are you still with me? I need to check you're still. I'm not sure if you're still with me. It's saying that you're not. lost you all. Okay, so we have got another video demonstration from Christina. So shall we play that out and let's see if we can get these gremlins underway. Let's have a look at this one.
Today I'm going to be using the beautiful butterfly channel, and we're going to create a card with the dies and the stamps. Now my colour scheme is Centura Pearl, and on one side it's pearly, but on the other side it's matte white, and you can see the difference in the colours. So that's what we're going to do, and this is a 5x7 card. So with the panel that goes on top and the channel die, I'm going to place that on my card at an angle, and I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine. So once we've cut the channel and we have the matte white side facing us, we're going to take the other piece that backs this and we're going to cut another piece. Now it doesn't matter if you use the pearl side or the plain white side. All we're going to do with this is just apply some ink. So these are my favourite colours for inking. It's Blueprint Sketch, Mermaid Lagoon and Will. See, I've used the pearly side. It doesn't matter if it's blotchy, you just need to get in any order that you want it. There we go. So once I have these on here, I'm going to take this, and this is Perfect Pearls Mist, and I'm just going to put some into my hand and then drop it onto the card. Can you see the pearls coming up? Now we'll just leave that for a minute or two and then we'll just blot it dry. Now once you blot that dry, you have a lovely pattern underneath, and that is the pearly side of the card. Now with some thin strips of card, keep the pearly side towards you and take the very thin border strip machine, and that will give you a little border that you can add along your card. So with some thin strips of tape underneath these, I'm going to add these to my card. So they're going to sit along there, and I'm just missing the stitched edge because I want that to show as well. We'll add that along there, and we'll add this at the bottom, and then we can trim off the excess. So we'll just show the stitch detail along there, and now we can trim those off. Now because you've used contrasting colours, you've used the pearl and the matte side, you've got some relief on your card. And then this is going to sit behind that pattern, and then we can trim this down as well. Now from the stamp set, I've taken this flourish here and this one, and the little sentiment that says on your special day, and I've added them to my card. So I'm just going to pick those up with the lid and we'll stamp those down. Now to stamp these down I'm going to use a mixture of all the different colours of ink. Okay, let's have a see what that looks like. And we'll add this to the card. Now that's not stamped very well, so we'll do that again, and we'll do this again here. Better, and we'll add a little bit more to that one there, just in the middle. Okay, so don't forget to clean your stamps off now before you put them away. But there you've got a three-toned sentiment. So from the two largest butterflies I've taken the pearly card and I've cut this one twice, and I'm just bending the wings up a little bit, and I'm going to add that with some glue there, and the same with this large one. That's going to sit along there, and then the smaller one can sit at the bottom along there. And again you can see the contrast in the pearl colour and the white. Now along the body lines I'm just going to add in some turquoise gemstones. And then once I've done that, we can add all this to the base card. So for the inside I've taken some of the Centura pearl and I've cut it so that I'm using the plain white side, and I'm going to line the inside of this, but before I do I'm going to take this little border die and I'm going to cut a pattern around the edges. So once you've got the edges in your card, pop it back into your stamp positioner and pop your verse in. And again I'm going to use 3 different colours of ink to stamp the little sentiment. And I think we might just add in some butterflies at the same time. So we'll just pop that back and then we can see where we're adding the butterflies. So we'll have one there. And we'll have this one down here. So we can pick all those up now with the lid, and we'll use the 3 different shades of ink to stamp them. Okay, let's see what happens with that. Okay, that needs some more on it, and we'll use the Mermaid Lagoon there and on the edges of that one. Okay. There we go. That's better. So there's our little sentiment now with some butterflies ready to add to our card. So there's the finished card using the butterfly channels, stamps and die set. I've lined the inside and added my verse, and that's a really pretty card done with Centura pearl, and you can see the difference in the pearl and the matte white. Now somebody's asked me how come my magnetic sheets are always so hard and stiff. Well, that's because you buy them like this, but I add mine to some black or to some any colour card that's stiffer, and that way you can cut that down to add your dies to, and then you make sure you won't lose any. And that then will fit inside my packet nice and neatly. And I've also added a little Velcro fastener just to keep them all safe. And that's how I look after my dies. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Yet again, another beautiful demonstration from Christina using her Charming Channels new collection. I've got 3 of these bundles to give away. Okay, they are absolutely stunning. So there's a mix of the different stamps and dies, and we will be picking those winners very, very shortly. The names will be winging themselves over to me in a moment. So for those of you who couldn't quite catch, because I know we've had some connection problems, let's blame the gremlins today, who knows. We'll make sure those videos that Christina did for us with the demonstrations do go up on our YouTube channel. So please make sure you subscribe over there. Just type in CraftStash on YouTube and you'll be able to see those video demonstrations very, very soon. But I need to tell you, if you love the look of the Charming Channels, what you've seen of it so far, you do have the option to take advantage of an offer. Okay, this is an amazing offer. Come down to the craft desk, let's have a look at these. So we've got each of the 4 designs. We've got the snowflake, the butterfly, the daisies and the rose. Each of the 4 designs comes with a stamp and a die set. Okay, now each of these together is $19.99. If you're buying 2 bundles, so maybe you want the snowdrops and then maybe you want the daisies, so buy those, pop those into your basket at CraftStash. 2 lots of $19.99 for all of that. You've seen the size of the dies, you've seen the projects that can be made with them, they are stunning. You are then going to, at checkout, get a little pop-up that comes up, and that will give you the option of either one of these 2 huge stamp sets with lots and lots of verses on them. You can see how much I love them because I haven't cleaned mine properly. These are the ones that I use. I think they're absolutely beautiful. These are Christmas themed. You can bring them out year after year with beautiful phrases on. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have? I started telling you this a little while ago, actually. and I got cut off because I wasn't sure if you could still all hear me or not. We have a deal of the day over on CraftStash as well. It's hot off the press today. A beautiful set of Christmas dies. It's the lanterns in there. So have a look at that, because that is usually £8.99. The deal of the day for today brings that down to just £4.49. You don't need to put in a code or anything. That is just a massively reduced price just for 24 hours, and that is the one today. And then check back every other day as well. And another thing we've got running on CraftStash at the moment, which some of you who love your die cutting may be interested in, is we have some amazing Sizzix bundles for you. They are exclusive to CraftWorld. You won't find these bundles made up anywhere else, but with some of them you are saving up to £71, okay? So we have got the Big Shot and the Big Shot Plus available in a bundle. There's things like adhesive, cardstock, tools as well, all included in these bundles, so go check those out as well. If you go onto the front page at craftstash.co.uk, there's a banner, and it does change every few seconds, and it tells you the latest offers. That's the easiest way to find them. But also over on CraftWorld, if you go to craftworld.com, please sign up if you haven't already. It's completely free. You're going to love it over there. You can go onto this week's CraftWorld Live and find out all the details and where to shop for all these products there as well. Shall I name some winners? Let's see, who have we got? Thank you very much for Maria for sending these in, and thank you to Christina for joining us. Like I say, I am going to get a video interview done with Christina so that you can see that and hear what she's got to say about this collection, because I think that's really important to know where the design came from the horse's mouth as such. Not calling Christina a horse at all. She will forgive me for that. She's absolutely lovely. So from Facebook, so we have one winner from Facebook today, one from CraftWorld and one from YouTube. The winner from Facebook is Elaine Jasper. Congratulations to you. From CraftWorld, we have Stamper Mom, sorry. And from YouTube, we have Pamela Dashwood. So congratulations to all three of you. If you just message the page directly with your postal address, we can get your prizes out to you. If we don't hear from you, we'll try and get hold of you. Otherwise, in case you've had to go off, you've maybe finished your lunch break or something and you didn't even know you'd won. Congratulations to all of you. Next week is a really exciting Craft World Live. Spit my words out. I think I need a weekend off. Next week's really exciting. We have got both Helen Griffin and Sam Calcott joining me, so that will be really fun seeing what they've got to offer for their last deal of the year, deal of 2020. So please join me for that. Now there's one more chance to win this charming channels, and I leave it till right at the very end. You can now go over to craftworld.com and you can pop your name in the hat, so to speak, to win all of these and the stencil as well. The entire bundle can be yours. Just pop over to craftworld.com. Like I say, if you've not signed up, it's really easy to register. All we need is an email address and a password, and you're in, and you can use that platform and go anywhere on it. You can enter from the home page this competition, and we will announce the winner next week for that huge giveaway. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologise for all of the gremlins we've had today and all of the connection problems. Hopefully you've managed to catch and see the bits that you wanted to see and see the gorgeous collection and some of the demonstrations, but like I say, we'll get those videos up on YouTube anyway for you. Take care everybody. Thank you for joining me once again. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all next week.